Welcome back, YouTubers, to the 22nd edition of the British Fist Q&A with me, Mr. Parkin, once again wearing my bright orange shirt. And this guy sitting next to me, NJ, he's running for gold, he's running for silver, he's running for bronze. Hell, he's won all 3 medals. It's NJ.
What's up?
Are you going to be participating in the next Olympics, NJ?
Oh, yes, I am.
In what event? The 100-metre dash?
I'll do them all.
Oh, fair enough then. That's NJ for you. He's an all-rounder. Make sure you guys subscribe up above, like this video, and keep getting your questions in the comment section below, or inboxing us, or contacting our Facebook, facebook.com/British Fist.
And you can find those links in the description box below.
Have you not had Monster today, NJ?
I have.
Oh, okay, then fair enough. That just seems why you're really hyped up. But should we get to our Q&A then?
Let's go.
First thing I want to say is, once again, keep being patient. A lot of questions are coming in, so be patient. We will answer your questions. The questions we will answer today. We'll begin with Freakdom99, and he or she asks us, if you were both pro wrestlers, what would your attires be?
It's the first wrestler to wrestle naked. Jeans.
I don't want to. I would. Just say it. I would wrestle. I don't know. I'd like to wrestle in a suit, but I don't think that would work. I think the shoes would be too slippy. So I'll do a Cody Rhodes. I'll do the street clothes look. That'd be pretty cool, I think.
I'll do a Shad when he wrestled in jeans. There we go.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That sounds pretty good. The next question comes from Woody84. Isn't it time SmackDown changed their theme song? It's so annoying and isn't suited to a wrestling show. As much as I like Green Day, I think they do need to change it to a bit more of a rocky song rather than Green Day, which just doesn't seem to suit SmackDown in my opinion.
Or maybe bring back a classic SmackDown song, relive those moments.
Marilyn Manson.
Something like that, yeah. Just relive those.
Yeah, that would be really good. Going back to the old school, like no lyrics, just Jim Johnson style SmackDown.
Could be an idea.
The thing they used to do in the game. So yeah, I think they should change their theme song.
True.
They definitely need it. It's just really annoying, the theme tune. Doesn't suit a wrestling show, like Woody84 said.
No.
Next question comes from Joe Butler, otherwise known as Habashmi on YouTube. And he asked us, have you ever liked the time clock challenge? Do you think they're effective, a good way to decide things? General thoughts?
That stop the clock challenge, yes. I'm thinking that was quite good.
Go again. No, sorry, I just want to do that.
I think that's interesting. It's good because actually it's competition, quickness of matches.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that I missed them. They were good.
When was the last time WWE used one? Because I do like the concept. I think they used it for the Chavo Guerrero Sin Cara feud or something. But yeah, I do like the idea of the time clock challenge. It's just something new. It's just something unique and exciting that WWE can introduce for #1 contenderships or for feud matches. I think it's rather effective, especially for #1 contenderships. My general thoughts on it is that it is a good thing to use every once in a while, kind of like a battle royal.
I enjoyed it. It was so different for the wrestlers to go up against. It was good.
This is an interesting question coming up. Chant564. If you guys had the chance to book matches for WrestleMania with TNA and WWE superstars, what would the match card look like? Include the championship matches. We'll start off with the WWE Championship.
The WWE, at the particular moment in time, it's Del Rio.
When we record this, yes.
Yeah, so we'll have Del Rio, bit of a smart Alex, so I'm thinking, because he is all like suit wearing that, it's hard to think, because when you think TNA, they're all just in their wrestling gear. Anderson would be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with Anderson.
What about the world heavyweight? Mark Henry?
Mark Henry versus Samoa Joe!
That would be a good match, 2 big guys. What match would you put Randy Orton in, just out of interest? I know you kind of need to get him involved, I guess. Orton versus like a Crimson or something?
Who could do a quick finisher? Yeah, it would be probably a Crimson.
Something like Crimson or a Matt Morgan, maybe?
Yeah, someone just starting to do a quick finisher, you know.
Yeah. If you guys obviously have any suggestions, get them in our comment section below. We're just doing this off the top of our heads. So next we'll do the Intercontinental Champion Cody Rhodes versus a Pope or something. I wouldn't mind that.
Someone a bit higher than a Pope. I'm thinking maybe Christopher Daniels.
Something like that, mate. I'm Austin Aries or something. I don't know. There's so many choices we can make here. US Championship, Dolph Ziggler versus...
just get rid of it.
AJ Styles or something. I don't know.
So our US was Dolph Ziggler versus AJ Styles. That sounds like a good thing. Yeah.
Just sound pretty good. Tag team championships.
Well, here I would have Awesome Truth as the tag champ, just because I think they're the better tag team. They work great together against Beer Money.
Definitely. Beer Money and that would be a good tag team. I'd love to see Motor City Machine Guns versus like the Usos or something, but that would probably be a better match. I'd love to see Miz in singles action though, personally. Miz against like someone like a Mr. Anderson. I don't know, I'm just really thinking the match at the top of my head here. What about the Divas? I think that's an easy one, isn't it?
Yeah, Beth Phoenix, because she's a great diva of WWE versus Beth Phoenix.
Beth Phoenix versus Beth Phoenix.
Mickey James.
Mickey James. Yes. Oh, we live in the old Undertaker versus Undertaker gimmick.
A little bit.
Interesting booking strategy, NJ. Learning from Mr. Russo himself.
Yes.
It would be Beth Phoenix versus Mickey James. You know, it'd work, wouldn't it?
It would.
Any other sort of odd matches?
A comedy one.
Oh, God.
Santino versus
Eric Young. With the TV title on the line. Make it funny. On the pre-show, dark match would be Eric Young versus Santino for the TV title, and it's not even going to get on TV, brother.
No, there we go.
Is there any other matches you'd like to see? Any other talents from TNA or WWE combining up?
Well, I'm saying like the Sting versus classic The Undertaker.
Yeah, that would be good.
Would have probably.
What about Triple H versus?
It's going to be someone quite high up in TNA.
Yeah, so like a Triple H versus Angle or something?
Angle, yes.
Yeah.
Angle would be an interesting one. We did those moments.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty decent card, especially seeing as we've just done this off the top of our head.
Yeah,
you've got the main guys in there, AJ Styles and stuff. So, and like I said, any suggestions you guys have, get them in that comment section below. We want to hear from you guys. So you might have some better suggestions than us. You might have a bit more time to think, and you're not as on the spot as we are.
Sure.
But okay, the next set of questions once again come from Mr. Trick One, Sheldon Fernandez. He continues to think of more questions to befuzzle our minds. And the first of 5 questions he asked was, when is Shelton Benjamin returning to the WWE?
Again, he's with Charlie Hart doing great on ROH, so I'm thinking he's going to be happy that he's doing his best. So I think coming back to WWE, as much as it would be great for us again, I don't think he will.
He's doing very well with ROH at the moment. He's pretty much one of their top guys in the tag team division. So I think bringing him back to WWE wouldn't be very good because he's a bit past his prime. If they were going to do anything with him, they should have done it like 2004, 2005. So bringing him back for me wouldn't be the best of things, even though he could be a good sort of veteran worker guy. But you know, probably he won't really return to the WWE anytime soon. I don't think. Not with Ring of Honor.
Probably not. No.
How do you think WWE can book John Morrison to be a main event guy? Well, firstly, they need to toughen him up, in my opinion, if they're going to make him a main event guy.
Well, the way I see it is that he needs to get out of this losing streak.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, once he's out of it, again, continue doing his great spots in big matches like Elimination Chamber, Royal Rumble. Continue doing them. Get people behind him again, and then obviously that will lift him up to the main event.
I think John Morrison needs to win like a street fight or something, just so people can believe that he can actually be a top guy. Because that is Vince's main concern with John Morrison, is the fact that he can't believably beat someone up. So you need to toughen this guy up, kind of like you need to do with Daniel Bryan.
Because we did see John Morrison versus Miz in a great match,
Yeah.
so we know that was a chance for him to be pushed up, but it just didn't go anywhere. So yeah, they went downhill.
Will WWE ever put a main event title on R-Truth? Probably not, even though I would like to see it, but I don't think they'll ever do it.
So there's been hints of it before, but now again they don't keep moving on with that. They moved him backwards, so no.
No, they won't do it, even though it would be good because we do like his character, don't we?
It's very good.
And he does gain, as we saw with John Cena, he does gain a lot of heat, and that is what you need in the wrestling business to get the babyface over. So essentially, no, but he could be a good champion, I think,
Very true.
if given the chance. What is the future for Kofi Kingston? Mid-card hell? The WWE missed their chance to really push this guy, haven't they? And now he's in a tag team.
Well, the way I see it, he's really in a tag team, like you said, but I think they may have him turn on Evan in months away, and then maybe have him feud with him. I don't think it'll be bigger than that.
I think for now, stick him in a tag team is good because he doesn't really have too much of a place on the mid card title because he's been there so many times now. So the future for Kofi Kingston is either tag teams or being stuck in mid card hell because he's not going to get any further than that now, is he?
No, he's not. No.
Do you guys think we will ever see Christopher Daniels as the TNA champion? No, too old.
Again, he's got the move and that. He has the heel-like gimmick, but I don't think TNA are going to go all the way with him.
No, the things with TNA is Christopher Daniels is a great wrestler. For a company like ROH, you can really be a top guy, but not for a company like TNA who actually kind of need to draw a bit of money. He's not a money drawer. A lot of the indie fans like him, but he doesn't draw money, and that is why TNA will push a guy like Jeff Hardy or a guy like Kurt Angle or a guy like that, and not Christopher Daniels.
Very true. Yeah, that's it.
The next question comes from 101J Penn. What did you think of Ahmed Johnson as IC champion? Do you remember Ahmed Johnson was the big guy like Ezekiel Jackson? Massive motherfucker.
Well, he did a little bit than Zeke did. So I think
Yeah.
with him, he held the championship well. He did go up against wrestlers that made him stand out and do well in his matches.
I mean, this guy was massive, wasn't he? I mean, he really stood out as and he was he was a guy that WWE could really get behind with his big character. And we all know that Vince likes a roided up guy. So as an IC champ, yeah, but they couldn't do much more with him really.
No,
I think. Next question comes from Iron Socks with 2 X's. Do you think WWE needs a third big brand for all the talent they have? They can barely fit it on 2 shows, can they, really?
No, I think, to be honest, Raw and SmackDown, they've had that for years now. And I'm thinking they're more than happy. They try and work well with it. They use their wrestlers, so I think they should just keep as what fans know as Raw and SmackDown.
If anything, they should really combine the roster together, because they don't really have a very strong roster now, do they?
No.
And star power is really lacking on SmackDown, even though they're trying to develop more stars. So for me, they probably could join it together. But if they were going to go down the third brand idea, I would say have a brand where the developmental guys can really show themselves on TV, like an FCW, even though NXT we've seen hasn't really worked.
No, that's not. No, so I think, to be honest, just keep it as it is.
Definitely, yeah. Don't need a big band. I'll tell you who does need a second TV show, and that is TNA, in my opinion.
They could do with one with their wrestlers, yeah.
Yeah, because they have a bigger roster than WWE, so
they do.
Could use it. The next question comes from LopLop07. If you could choose who you would have end the Undertaker streak. No, sorry. Who would you choose to have the end of the Undertaker streak? For me, it would be Stone Cold, as he has beat all the best. So yeah, I worded that a bit wrong, but we'll make up for that.
Well, Stone Cold was pretty tough wrestler, but I think, to be honest, he's done now pretty much. Who I'd have it now? There's 2 wrestlers that come to mind. Number 1, they've ruined it by having him against Undertaker in the past. That's Kane. Our brother actually finished his brother to give him a push towards something else before his career finishes. Yeah. The other one would be a continuous of the past, which didn't actually go in it, is Wade Barrett.
Yeah, I would agree with you here. I mean, there's not much point in really putting him against an established star now, because let's face it, WWE, number 1, don't have many, and number 2, a lot of them don't really get too much of a rub from beating him. So for me, it would have to be a new guy. A guy like a Wade Barrett or a Del Rio, or even if they're going to go that far, a Mason Ryan or something. Just someone who can get a rub off, not necessarily ending the streak, but having a good match with Undertaker. And if they can end the streak, that will really give them a big rub. So for me, it has to be a new guy, especially if WWE are going to continue the development of their stars and make a big star. It could make a guy a big star, a match like this, couldn't it?
It's a big moment of the WWE, because after his streak for many, many years, it would be a great thing for whoever beats him.
Yep. The next question, Smags001. Now that WWE has WWE has a new tag team holding the titles, do you think they're going to start putting more emphasis on using the titles to make more main event caliber superstars? To be honest, it looks like they're just combining mid-carders or undercarders to make tag teams, not really using them to develop guys. Yeah.
No, but I think, to be honest, as it's still early days because of the WWE working on the tag team, I think if they continue to bring more in, once they brought more in and had a little run with that, eventually they could possibly use the tag team as a milestone to help them push.
It helped them as a truth, didn't it? Slightly. Now they're in a main event program with Triple H and CM Punk, so it helped them.
It's a start of something, yeah. So it could do in the future.
It's a start, but for some superstars like Archer and Miz who are more suited to main events, it was a better start. Next question comes from TR3 The Truth, as an R-Truth fan, I imagine. I think a great way to put over one of the younger superstars would be to break the Undertaker's streak. We've had this question many times before. So if you had to choose between Wade Barrett, Drew McIntyre, or Dolph Ziggler, who would you choose, and how would you build the feud to make them look strong and eventually end the streak? Well, we've kind of given it away in the last question. How about you say yours, I'll say mine. I'll say someone different just for the sake of it.
I'm just going with Wade Barrett, because I think, again, he's been doing bad on SmackDown, a lot worse than he did on Raw. So I think beating Undertaker when it comes to that undefeated streak would be great for him.
Yeah, I think it would be very easy to book Wade Barrett strong. He's a bigger guy. He's actually had history with Undertaker. They can continue that storyline, even though it's way off. I would pick Barrett. Out of those 3 guys, he's the most ready guy with the main event look. You could have a Dolph Ziggler there, but I don't think he would match up against Undertaker very well. So I'd say stick with Wade Barrett. And building him up should be pretty easy, as he's just a bigger guy going in there with the whole Nexus thing. So yeah, that's how we do that. Jennings Slayer 314. What is your thoughts on Off the Rope show lately? As we know, they've had a little feud. Go on, MJ.
Yeah, Off the Rope show. Okay.
Yeah, but that channel. Yeah.
Yeah, that channel there. Yeah, their videos. Yeah. Okay.
YouTube. Yeah, YouTube shooters.
Yeah, try and think, because they come up with ideas. I think, to be honest, they're just a bit. Okay. A talking cat. Good one. Good one. And then they have this whole, copying WWE to add a storyline into their videos. Could be interesting, but to be honest, I liked it when we first started watching. They just made reviews, topical videos. I enjoyed them, but now they're just coming up with these ideas that are like, woo!
I like at least Leg Daddy. At least they're managing to hold this longer than WWE held the CM Punk thing, which is kind of good. Trying to prove a bit of a point, but who knows? It could be entertaining. It's just something different on a YouTube channel. It's all right, but I do prefer their videos when they're together. I'll give them that.
There we go.
What is the real reason that Triple H defeated Austin in No Way Out 2001?
He's just that damn good. That damn good. That's it. End of next one.
I think Austin didn't want to put Triple H over in 1999 when Mankind won the title. So it was about time Austin did put Triple H over. So that's why Triple H won. Obviously, Austin was the bigger babyface, but Austin finally put over Triple H because at that time, Austin realised that this was the guy, whereas in 1999 he didn't really think he was actually able to put him over. Kind of similar to Brock Lesnar. So that's why he defeated him in No Way Out 2001. So,
Interesting.
Say that. The noob who wins. Do you win? Really? Really? You're a noob.
You're a winner!
Do you think it would be good if Kevin Nash brought TNA and made a TNA versus WWE feud? No. No.
Sorry, Kevin Nash.
It's a very out there idea, but no. It just wouldn't work.
It's just that when I look at Kevin Nash now, we've seen him come up recently in WWE, and he's just not got what he used to have anymore. He's finished, so no, sadly.
No, it just wouldn't happen for us. I'm sorry. I'd love to go into depth about this, but no. Last question. Iron Socks with 2 X's. If you could bring 5 people from TNA to WWE, who would they be? Beer Money. That's
Beer Money? Well, that could count as one of their group, but we'll count them as 2.
Count as 2. James Storm and Robert Roode. What about AJ?
AJ, no.
Well, who would suit WWE? Like Anderson, but now he's been there, so...
Anderson, I think, could bring him back, because he's got a whole new career now, so bring him back.
What about Matt Morgan?
Matt Morgan, again, he's got a big guy, he's been proving himself as a dominant guy.
Or Crimson or something. I'm just trying to think
Crimson, undefeated streak. Let's say he defeats everyone on TNA. WWE think they can have someone that can beat him.
Yeah.
Would be a good bring into WWE.
Any other suggestions you can think of on there?
Well, they've got this whole X Division thing. I'm thinking maybe one of them could
Austin
progress to an IC champ.
Austin Aries. I'd love to see Austin Aries in the WWE.
So, R5, again quickly, Anderson, Beer Money, Austin Aries, Matt Morgan.
Yeah, that's 5 there. So.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we'll say that. If you have any suggestions, get them in the comment section. We always welcome your response. So that has been it for another Q&A.
And that has been it from Daniel, Mr. Parkin 01, and me.
And J17.
Yeah. Goodbye.